And I think we are seeing a time at the moment where we're maybe over indexing towards that, where people are trusting ChatGPT way more than they should have done. I think even just this week, Sam Altman himself has come out and sort of said, like, it's not a therapist, right? Like, be careful with what you're doing with it. Because it's designed, I think, like a lot of other online properties, to be psychologically rewarding in how we engage with them. So I think we've got to be careful of what it's actually for. It's a pile of code, and a pile of code, very, very smart pile of code that responds to us in a particular way. How that plays out in the future, like how that enhances over the next couple of years. Are OpenAI going to have the next iteration of whatever that is? That's going to be I guess, the thing that everyone's looking to for the next 2 to 3 years.
Uh, Tony, you're also a psychologist, and you have dealt with human behavior, human experiences. I mean, when we talk about AI, we think about advancement in human civilization. But if you think about the current, AI progress that we are making, it is harping back to one of the, human primal needs of conversing, as you rightly put it. If you think about it, it's quite intriguing thing that, we people like to converse, and that's how, AI is enabling that. Otherwise, if you look back again to the Elisa chatbot time period, people were just asking really one word questions. What is the time today? What is the day today? But if you look today, people are conversing with ChatGPT like, hey, my dad's birthday is today, suggest me the best gifting options. So it's a coherent sentence that is being keyed in as though you're conversing with another human being. Don't you think it's quite intriguing that even though the AI progress is pushing us in the forward direction, but still we are hopping back to one of our primal needs of conversing with each other.
Yeah, and I guess even going back to that, people treating it like a therapist, there is a lot within the human psyche which just requires belonging and acceptance, Our group dynamics since the very earliest like formations of groups that we've had is about safety of the group and acceptance by the group.
Mhm.
If some form of tool is giving us acceptance and reassurance, there is definitely something that it will trigger inside us with the way that our brains work to think, well, this is okay. So I think if you look at the way that answers are framed back, and I don't know if you do this, but I don't treat ChatGPT like a colleague personally. I know a lot of people who do. A lot of people who have conversations. I've been tempted to argue with ChatGPT, but like treating it like a colleague is probably a very bad idea. In the same way as treating it like a therapist is a bad idea. Yes, it's really, really useful for providing information, but we're not building colleagues with AI. We're building tools. And yes, understanding the tools and like when they should be used and when they should actually make decisions or when we should make decisions is certainly something that needs to be done. But it's not a colleague in any other way than it's not a therapist, right? Like it's a very useful tool. I think sometimes, and I have to remind myself of this because ChatGPT does a great job of apologizing when it gets something wrong, if it's called out for that. And that's designed to kind of give us this, cognitive engagement in some ways with this thing as it being more than a tool. If you were to treat it like a colleague, it's like an entry level intern that you should treat it as. The information that comes out, and by that I mean, it's not that it's not smart, of course it is, but by that you should check the work. There's no way that somebody with no context of your job can really understand when you give them a task for the first time, is this right or wrong? And so checking the work is really, really important. And I'm sure with you and many other people watching have ever checked the work of ChatGPT, you can find it's wrong pretty often, right? And so that's what we have to bear in mind that, it's wrong. It's a tool. It's not a human. It's not a colleague.